What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the Roger Report. The news cycle is absolutely relentless, a blur of breaking stories and developing narratives that leave you breathless. You blink and you miss it. But don't worry, we've got you covered with the absolute must-know updates that are shaking things up. From the gridiron to the headlines, we're diving deep into the stories that matter. Are you ready to stay ahead of the curve? Let's get right into it. First up, a legendary voice is weighing in on one of the league's most iconic quarterbacks. We're talking about arm strength, precision, and whether the magic is still there. Can he still deliver those pinpoint throws, or has time finally caught up? Get ready for some serious analysis. Then, hold on to your hats, because we've got a bombshell report that could redefine team dynamics. Whispers are turning into shouts about some major player movements that have the league buzzing. This is the kind of news that makes waves, and you're going to want to hear all about it. And that's not all. We're also getting a direct message from a star quarterback addressing a highly anticipated matchup. He's speaking out about facing his former team, downplaying the drama, and offering a surprising apology. What does he have to say about the hype? You won't want to miss this. Finally, we're looking at a pivotal moment for a seasoned veteran. A crucial test looms, and it's all about proving doubters wrong and cementing a legacy. This is more than just a game, it's a defining chapter. Stick around for all the details, and make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you don't miss a single update. Let's go. Is the arm still there? As the offseason heats up, questions are swirling around the arm talent of one of the NFL's most decorated quarterbacks. While many are focused on team strategies and upcoming games, a closer look is being taken at the physical capabilities of veteran players, particularly those who have enjoyed long and illustrious careers. This particular quarterback, now with a new team, is under the microscope, with his fundamental skills being debated by those who have seen him up close and personal. The core of the discussion centers on whether his legendary arm strength and pinpoint accuracy have diminished with age. Reports from training camps and practice sessions are being dissected, with some suggesting that the zip and placement that once defined his game are not what they used to be. Specifically, the concern is that passes which were once untouchable, threading the needle between defenders, are now more susceptible to being tipped or even intercepted. This subtle yet crucial difference in ball placement, even just a few inches, can be the fine line between a completed pass and a turnover, a fact that is not lost on analysts and fans alike. One prominent voice in this debate is a former NFL star player, known for his own formidable presence on the field. This former player, who has directly competed against the quarterback in question during high-stakes games, including a Super Bowl, expressed his opinion candidly. He believes that the quarterback is no longer the same player he once was, citing a perceived loss of arm strength and a decrease in the precision of his throws. He pointed out that passes are now within reach of defenders, and interceptions are becoming a more realistic outcome where they once were not. He specifically mentioned that the placement is no longer exactly perfect, and those few inches can indeed make all the difference in the outcome of a play. However, this perspective is not universally held. Other voices, including former teammates and analysts who have observed the quarterback in recent training sessions, offer a contrasting view. They have reported seeing throws with impressive velocity and accuracy, suggesting that the quarterback can still deliver the ball with remarkable power and precision. One former teammate, in particular, described the passes as some of the best he has ever seen thrown on the practice field, even when comparing them to other elite quarterbacks he's witnessed during their prime years. This sentiment offers a counterpoint to the idea that his arm has fundamentally declined, suggesting that the skills that made him a perennial MVP candidate might still be largely intact. While it's true that the quarterback's statistics in his most recent seasons, including interception rates, have seen some fluctuations, it's also important to consider the context of a new team, a new system, and the natural progression of a long career. The debate highlights the fine margins in professional football and the constant evaluation of talent. As the season progresses, all eyes will be on whether these observations about his arm strength translate into on-field performance, or if the veteran quarterback can continue to defy age and deliver the elite play his fans expect. But is this just the opinion of one legendary player, Or is there more to this story? We'll dive into the explosive reports about potential new teammates joining the squad next. Major player moves shake up the league. In a development that has sent shockwaves through the NFL community, a seismic shift in team composition is reportedly on the horizon, potentially altering the competitive landscape for multiple franchises. Whispers have been circulating for some time, but a recent Bombshell report suggests that significant player acquisitions are not only being considered, but are actively in the works for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This strategic maneuvering, if it comes to fruition, could dramatically reshape expectations for the upcoming season and beyond, positioning the Steelers as formidable contenders. The most electrifying aspect of these reports involves the potential addition of high-profile talent that would immediately elevate the team's status. Speculation is running rampant that not one, but several marquee players, including a perennial Pro Bowl cornerback known for his shutdown capabilities, a dynamic wide receiver who consistently makes game-changing plays, and a veteran quarterback with an MVP pedigree, are being targeted or have even agreed to join the Steelers' roster. The sheer magnitude of such an influx of talent, particularly at key positions, would signal an aggressive, all-in approach from the Steelers' front office, aiming to capitalize on their current window of opportunity. The implications of these potential signings are far-reaching. For the Steelers, it represents a bold statement of intent, a clear message to the rest of the league that they are serious about competing for championships. The addition of players like Jalen Ramsey, who can lock down opposing receivers, and DK Metcalf, a physical specimen who dominates on the outside, would provide immediate boosts to the defense and offense, respectively. Pairing this with a seasoned quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, who brings a wealth of experience and championship-level playmaking ability, could create a potent and well-rounded team capable of overcoming any opponent. Furthermore, the ripple effect of such moves could have a significant impact on rival teams, particularly within their division. Reports suggest that these potential acquisitions are viewed as a direct threat to teams like the Baltimore Ravens, implying that the Steelers are not only strengthening themselves, but actively working to diminish the competitive advantage of their closest rivals. This strategic chess match, where teams attempt to outmaneuver each other in the offseason, is a critical component of building a successful franchise, and these potential moves by the Steelers are certainly turning heads. The timing of these reports also adds to the intrigue, coming at a point when teams are solidifying their rosters and establishing their identities for the new season. If these acquisitions are confirmed, they would undoubtedly be among the most significant moves of the offseason, instantly changing the narrative around the Steelers and positioning them as a team to beat. The combination of established stars and a commitment to bolstering the roster signals a clear ambition to contend for the ultimate prize, making the upcoming season one of the most anticipated in recent memory for Steelers Nation. While the league is buzzing about potential new teammates, we're going straight to the source for another major story. Get ready for what a star quarterback has to say about facing his former team next. Week 1, rivalry reset or just another game? As the NFL season approaches its highly anticipated kickoff, all eyes are inevitably drawn to marquee matchups, and the upcoming Week 1 clash between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Jets is already generating significant buzz. This game is more than just a season opener. It's a narrative-rich encounter, primarily because it features quarterback Aaron Rodgers facing the team he was expected to lead to glory just a short time ago. However, in a display of veteran composure, Rodgers is actively working to temper the widespread excitement and redirect the focus towards the upcoming competition. Rodgers, now wearing the Steelers' colors, has made it clear that he does not view this Week 1 contest as a personal vendetta or a dramatic revenge game. He has characterized it as simply one game out of 17, consciously downplaying the emotional weight that many observers are attaching to the matchup. He points out that both the Steelers and the Jets have undergone substantial changes since his tenure with New York, including shifts in coaching staffs and player rosters. Therefore, he emphasizes that the outcome of this single game is merely a stepping stone, with the primary objective being preparation for the subsequent opponent. The narrative is further complicated by the fact that the Jets have since acquired quarterback Justin Fields, effectively swapping signal callers with Pittsburgh, adding another layer to the storyline. Reflecting on his brief and ultimately frustrating time with the Jets, a period largely defined by the Achilles tendon tear he suffered just 4 snaps into his debut season, Rodgers acknowledged the dashed expectations. Despite the abrupt and unfortunate end to his time in New York, he expressed gratitude towards the organization and its fanbase. He recalled the initial optimism and the envisioned successful future that ultimately did not materialize. His experience with the Jets, though short, was marked by a strong desire to contribute and a notable effort to return earlier than anticipated during the 2024 season, should the team have maintained any playoff aspirations. Rodgers affirmed that he embraced his time with the Jets and gave his full effort. He fondly remembered significant moments, such as his memorable run onto the field carrying an American flag on the anniversary of 9/11, a memory he cherishes. Nevertheless, he conveyed regret over the season ending prematurely and offered an apology to the Jets fans who had invested so much hope in his arrival. Now fully immersed in his role with the Steelers, Rodgers maintains a singular focus on the challenges that lie ahead. He stressed that past successes or failures hold no bearing on the present tasks, prioritizing his performance, leadership, and consistency throughout the long season. Given his age of 41, he approaches each season with a mindset of enjoying the moment and taking things one step at a time, with his current priority being to effectively lead the Steelers and contribute to their weekly success. Ultimately, Rodgers sees no need for manufactured emotional narratives or dramatic storylines. He is accustomed to the spotlight and the flair that often accompanies his career. His preference is simply to play the game. Yet, his measured approach, sincere apology, and grounded perspective reveal a player who has navigated both victories and setbacks with maturity. While Week 1 may not be a personal crusade for him, it's evident that the aspirations he held for New York and the fans who shared those hopes remain a part of his journey. He might be downplaying the drama, but the pressure is definitely on for this veteran QB. We're breaking down his crucial Week 1 test and what it means for his legacy next. Crucial Week 1 test for aging star. The NFL offseason is a period of renewal where teams aim to refine their strategies and bolster their rosters. However, significant transformations are often incremental, built on small improvements rather than dramatic overhauls. Yet, for the Pittsburgh Steelers, this past offseason represented a clear departure from the status quo, driven by a front office determined to break free from seasons of mediocrity and quarterback uncertainty. Their most ambitious move. Securing a future Hall of Fame quarterback, signaling a clear intent to contend. Aaron Rodgers, now 41 years old, has been unveiled as the new leader of the Steelers' offense. It's a rare occurrence to see a quarterback, potentially nearing the twilight of his career, make such a high-profile return with a franchise as storied as Pittsburgh. This move is far from a mere publicity stunt or an exercise in nostalgia. It's a calculated decision by a player driven by a desire to prove himself and a franchise eager to reclaim its past glory. Rodgers' arrival sent ripples across the league, not only due to his age and legendary status, but also because it underscored Pittsburgh's commitment to an all-in strategy, a commitment that now rests squarely on Rodgers' shoulders. As he embarks on what could very well be his final NFL season, Rodgers faces a pivotal game. Week 1, on the road, against the New York Jets. This opponent holds particular significance, being the team that parted ways with him after a brief and injury-marred tenure. The upcoming matchup transcends a typical football game. It's a narrative woven with threads of legacy, redemption, and the enduring spirit of a player aiming to prove that the determination and willpower that propelled him to greatness are still very much alive. While it's acknowledged that Rodgers may not possess the same electrifying athleticism he displayed in his 2011 MVP season, the arm strength and mobility are naturally affected by age. His value has always transcended physical attributes. Since his early days with the Green Bay Packers, his exceptional football IQ, leadership qualities, and uncanny ability to perform under pressure have been his defining characteristics. This Week 1 game represents a significant moment, a high-stakes environment where these intangible qualities will be paramount. The Steelers have assembled a roster designed for immediate success. With an enhanced offense, a formidable defense, and the experienced leadership of head coach Mike Tomlin, all indicators point towards a playoff push. However, the linchpin of this ambitious plan is Rodgers. His performance in this opening game will not only set the tone for the entire season, but also shape the final chapter of his illustrious career. A victory in New York would serve as more than just a win. It would be a powerful declaration that Rodgers has returned not merely to participate, but to compete, lead, and pursue another championship with a franchise that demands nothing less than excellence. This may not be the Rodgers of past eras, but it is precisely the Rodgers that the Steelers need now. Week 1 marks the beginning of a potentially storybook ending to his remarkable journey. He's facing his former team, but what else is happening in the league? We'll wrap up with a lightning round recap of all today's top stories. And that's a wrap on another packed edition of the Rodger Report. We heard legendary insight on Aaron Rodgers' arm strength, a bombshell report about major player movements potentially targeting rivals, Rodgers downplaying his highly anticipated reunion with the Jets and offering an apology, and the crucial Week 1 test for the veteran QB. Don't miss a single update. Hit that like button, subscribe for more, ring the notification bell, drop a comment with your thoughts, and follow us on all social platforms. We'll see you next time.